Alright, so my original intention was to make a video that would be like really fun in my new house, like doing a tour like I did of my last house, and current situation has not really allowed that. I'll go into that more in detail in a bit. Um, but basically, yeah, I'm just gonna do my 5 month update and talk about the situation. Also, I don't have any internet at the moment, so this video is gonna come out like about a week later than I want it to. And it also is recorded a few weeks after my actual 5 month because I just haven't had time and haven't had internet. Um, but basically, here are some of the changes. They're mostly just kind of funny, weird, whimsical sort of things. For example, I've been getting like strange single black hairs on my upper arms, like both arms, like just one and then another one, and whatever. And every time I pluck them, they just keep coming back, which is really weird and not a thing I want to happen. Also, my voice has been breaking a lot more. I don't know if you can tell from this video to the last that it's like deepened. I'm pretty sure that it has, but it's like a lot more strained. It's like I've read a lot of things that say when you're on testosterone you can feel your voice, like it's thicker, and I can like feel the thickness in my voice box, so there's that. It's like a lot harder to sing. I don't have as much of a range anymore, which is like really sad, and hopefully once it gets to a more comfortable point I can like train it back, which would be really good, but yeah, it's kind of frustrating. My sideburns have been growing a lot. I actually shaved recently, so you can't see as much, but they were growing down a lot further. And filling out a lot, but it was mostly blonde hairs. But what started happening is some like brown hairs have started coming in. I don't think you can actually see them, but yeah, if you look closely enough, there are some brown hairs there, which is really fun. And the mustache is growing a lot. Before I shaved it, it was like reasonably significant. I mean, it was mostly blonde hairs, but that's why I shaved it. I was hoping if I shave it, then when it grows back, it'll just be brown hairs. But yeah, I don't know. Um, What else? Been getting some more blonde chin hair. I always had a lot of blonde hairs around here, but I just never had any hairs here, and now I'm starting to get more, like a lot more. But yeah, it's still blonde, and I'm also starting to get here, which is something I've never had before, but again, also blonde. For a while, I was getting more chest and back acne, but that has stopped quite a bit now. Um, what else? I've been sweating a lot more. I don't know if that's just because it's getting a lot hotter and more humid, and I'm exercising every day. Again, that could be why. But I start like getting sweaty on my upper arms, which I never did before. Yeah, that's it. That's 5 months on testosterone. That's the update. I've also noticed that my pectoral muscles are like a lot more, I don't know, significant. I think that's maybe because I'm also a lot more comfortable in my body that I'm like paying more attention. I don't really know. And because I'm exercising more. Also, I think the acne on my face is like minimized. I mean, there's still a bit there, but yeah, I got a new piercing as well. That's fun. What else? Yeah, that's it. I think I'm at a stage now where I'm like really, really comfortable with my body, which is really nice. And it's a combination of like exercise and like my my place in on testosterone at the moment, and how I'm really secure in my gender. And yeah, at the moment, like gender is kind of the least of my worries. And to explain that, the reason why I'm not in my beautiful house in Rishon LeZion, which is where we live at the moment and where I volunteer with kids every day and I run a holiday program for them, the reason why is because there are rockets being fired into Israel from Gaza. Um, if you've heard, you'd know about it. If you haven't heard, you should probably find out about it and try and find an unbiased media source. That's not an easy thing to do. But yeah, I spent a long time in bomb shelters over the last week. I've been in a bomb shelter 10 times over 4 days, approximately. I've been woken up by sirens. I've run down to shelters with my kids, which is like really intense. Luckily, we have a shelter in the bottom of our house, and when I was leading my kids and running programs for them, we had a bomb shelter where we were. But it's really scary, and so for the weekend, we were originally going to be on lockdown and on house arrest and not allowed to leave the house because of like potential suicide bombings and car bombings and more missiles and whatever. And eventually, they just decided to give us a break and to e-vacation. It's like an evacuation, but they've called it a vacation. For a weekend, they've brought us up north to a kibbutz, a different kibbutz to the one that we were on, and we've got a pool and whatever. Like, so it's kind of nice, but it's nowhere near as nice as our house. Like, I really much prefer our house. I feel more comfortable there. I have my room, I have my bedroom, I have like my bed, and it's my home now. And I also eat really well there, and lots of nice vegan food. And here it's not the same. But you know, it's nice to have a break. The thing that's scary though is that they said to us like pack for a week just in case. So we don't know exactly when we're going to be leaving here, but hopefully it's like not going to be a week. What else? It's just yeah. I mean, it's scary. Like it's scary to go to the bus stop that you noticed a bomb shelter at the day before, and then that day the doors are open. Like that's scary. It's scary to like be reading the news to find out what's happening with you. Like I've never done that before. I've never gone on a news website to be updated with the situation that I'm in. Like that's really full on. Um, but like by the same token, it's good because I'm like more politically aware than I've ever been. I've read more articles than I've ever read before, and like yeah, I mean I'm learning a lot about Israel in a very straightforward, direct way, rather than sitting in a classroom like I had been doing. Um, but yeah, I mean it's scary. I'm not in any like imminent danger, but potentially we're supposed to have kibbutz down south, like where we work for 2 weeks, and potentially we're going to be moved up here instead, which isn't the worst thing in the world. But I think the kibbutz we were going to is going to be a lot nicer than what this one is. But that's fine, you know, whatever is for safety. And yeah, I'll do a tour of my house when I'm back there, if I'm back there, which I hope that I will be. I'm sure that I will be. And yeah, there was another video that I was wanting to make, and hopefully I'll get around to that too. So yeah, I hope this was a good update, and send me any questions if you have questions about the conflict, if you have questions about how I'm feeling, anything testosterone related, trans related, war related, that kind of stuff. Send them my way, and I'll make another video. Cool.